AITA for telling my mom I'm not an aunt and not going to pretend just for her? My mom married my stepdad when I 20f was 7 and my stepsister was 6. You might think after all these years we would be good, but nope. She was such a fucking nightmare to deal with, and it only got worse after her dad took custody of her from her mom when she was 13. It wasn't just me either. She smashed up the collection of photos my mom had of my uncle, her brother who died when they were kids, and she made sure those photos could not be salvaged. She broke something valuable that her grandma, my stepdad's mom, owned. As for me, she would spit in my pillow so I couldn't sleep on it. She would tell me to give her stuff. So when I got a phone, she demanded I give it to her. If I was eating a chocolate bar, she demanded it. Her dad at one point had her in therapy x3 a week, and he would punish the hell out of her for stuff like spitting and breaking shit. One time when we were 15 and 16, we both got in trouble because she tore the photo I had in my bedroom of my dad and grandparents, and she smudged food stains all over the fragments left, and I lost it. I told her she fucking sucked, and I was so glad she was not my real sister, because I would never want to be family with someone as unlovable as her. That I never disliked anyone as much, and my life was so much better without her in it. After that, things were very different. My mom said she understood that I was upset, but that I should never say such cruel things to someone. She encouraged me to apologize and say I hadn't meant those things. But I had. My stepdad and I had gotten along okay up to that point, but me saying his daughter was unlovable, and that I wished she had never been in my life, was a step too much for him, which I get. We pretty much coexisted after that. Had therapy and all that. But I think my mom was the only one truly all in at first. And then my stepdad eventually. But my stepsister and I were not interested in repairing things. For me, they were just never good to begin with. Now I live with some friends and live pretty far from my mom. My stepsister recently moved back in with them after she had a baby, and my mom has tried to convince me that this is the perfect time to put the past in the past and move forward. She has brought up my being an aunt many times before. And I know she's telling the truth, that my stepsister is ready for it too, because she sent me a video via my mom's FB saying that she had forgiven me for what I said and was ready to move forward. I got pretty tired of my mom trying and calling me an aunt, so I told her I wasn't an aunt. I told her I have no siblings and so I can't be an aunt. She told me it was childish to say that when everybody else is ready to move on from all that. I told her I was not. That I had never grown to care about stepsister and did not want to be in her life. Or to have her in mine. And her child was an extension of that. She's mad at me for saying that and my stubborn stance. AITA? NTA. She has forgiven you, not apologized. Wait. What? She had forgiven you? She bullied you for years and she had the audacity to say that. Sorry. But she needs to apologize for everything she did and acknowledge her fault in this. You are so NTA. NTA. You have no obligation to include your stepsister in your life. You never had a familial relationship with her. So she's not family. Especially if she never apologized for everything she did to you. NTA. But everyone else is. Especially your mother and stepfather, who did nothing to stop your stepsister's cruel behavior. Especially after she ruined precious photos of the deceased. Why on earth did they let her get away with so much? NTA at all. Your stepfather and stepsister were your mother's choice, not yours. Your mother has tried for 13 years to get you to play happy family with a stepsister who was an abusive bully, and you understandably refused. I'm sure your mother and stepfamily would like to move on. But no one has offered you an apology, which all them of owe you. You do what you feel is best for you. Good luck. Edit. Wording. NTA. It's nice to be able to forgive and forget these things, but sometimes too much damage has been done. And it's impossible to get past the hurt. You accepted that you will never have a relationship with your stepsister years ago. It's time for everyone else to do the same. If you can get to a stage of indifferent tolerance, whereby you can be in the same place for the holidays, I'd say that's as much as anyone has the right to ask of you. NTA. One day you might feel ready to let bygones be bygones, but until that time they can't force you. Your feelings are valid. I also don't like that stepsister forgave you but didn't own her shish. And apologize. She sounds like the same narcissistic who hurt you on the reg growing up. NTA. Regardless of blood relation or not, you have zero obligation to continue to force a relationship with someone toxic. So she has forgiven you for the things you said to her. But where is the apology for all the things she said and did to you? Definitely NTA. NTA. If she wants to make amends with you so badly, tell her she can start by taking accountability for all the shitty things she's done. My guess is that she hopes you fall in love with her kids so she can use you as a free caregiver, exploit expensive gifts from you, etc. This person traumatized you and ruined a large part of your childhood. You don't have to forgive your abuser. The fact that your mom didn't protect you from your stepsister's abuse is unconscionable. I'd kick any partner to the curb if their kid was abusive to my kid. That's a fucking deal breaker. NTA. Don't give in. What she did is not repairable. Ever. Why is she forgiving and not apologizing? NTA. If she's ready to move forward, she can start by apologizing. And even then you aren't obligated to forgive her in the slightest. She had forgiven me for what I said and was ready to move forward. Ask them all if she, stepsister, is ready to properly apologize for her behavior. NTA. NTA. Okay, great. She has forgiven you and is ready to move forward. But rightfully so. You haven't forgiven her for her atrocious and extremely hurtful and permanent behaviors. And you are not ready to move forward with a relationship. You are absolutely entitled to that. And then to top it off, it sounds like she hasn't even attempted to make amends for her side of things. I rarely suggest going no contact with people. But if your mom refuses to understand that you deserve respect and understanding, I would definitely encourage you to go no contact. At least for a little while. She has forgiven you, but she hasn't apologized for her considerably worse behavior. So she doesn't deserve anything from you. NTA. Because she sent me a video via my mom's FB saying that she had forgiven me for what I said and was ready to move forward. This implies you said something that you needed to be forgiven for. If anything, you were too kind to her. Your stepsister forgave you for what? You telling her the truth? After all, she did. What you gave her was far lesser than what she deserved. If I had been in your seat growing up, I'd resent that person for the rest of my life and never want to have contact with them ever again. NTA. She hasn't changed and I'd go no contact with my mom if she continued to bring it up, although that's just my opinion on the matter. So whatever you feel is right. NTA. Why does it sound like they reached to you for babysitting? Be prepared, op. This is what they will demand next. NTA. She has forgiven you for speaking your true feelings. But was there ever an apology? I don't think so. Emo. She's only trying to make you an aunt, so that she can claim that you owe this kid your time and money. BC, that's what aunts do. Quote, she's not your stepsister, only your mom's stepdaughter, and you owe her nothing. And in case that anyone is trying to tell you again that you're this kid's aunt, no is a complete sentence.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Ericast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.